Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a little speed reviews of most of the items that I picked up during the Sephora sale. It's been a couple of months since getting those items, so I have a few updated thoughts on a lot of them. I hope you guys are having a great day today. If you guys like these types of videos, be sure to like and subscribe if you aren't already. If you're new here, hi, my name is Vivian. I'm a robotics engineer with a love for all things beauty and makeup related, and I love trying new makeup. I also want to make sure that all the products in my collection are getting used, getting loved. So whenever I do buy new products, I try to curate them and like really think about it before buying them. And so that is what we did for the Sephora sale. And I gotta say, most of them are hits. There are a few that I'm not completely sure on yet, and then some of these were in PR that I had mentioned during the Sephora sale haul as well. So yeah, with that being said, let's just hop into it. The first thing that I want to mention is the Tanessa Myricks Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. I've used quite a bit of this already since getting it. I've used it pretty consistently for the past almost 3 weeks because I had this when I went up north for my work trip that I was at. And I gotta say, I really like this. At first I wasn't super... Did I just whistle? At first, I wasn't super convinced because it doesn't blur, but as I kept wearing it, I have noticed such a difference in how oily my skin is towards the end of the day. I truly think this helps mattify and just keep my oils at bay. Like, even now, I feel like my skin looks nice. It doesn't look too oily. That is in part because of the foundation that I put on that I will mention here soon, but just in general, this does really seem to help with how oily my skin is throughout the day, which I really appreciate because I am an oily gal. So I really like this. I'm really glad I picked this up. I feel like I've used so much of it already in the short amount of time that I've had it. Yeah, I'm excited to keep using it. I feel like this is a really good product and it's quickly becoming maybe a holy grail for days where I need my makeup to last the entire day. The next thing I want to talk about is this from Urban Decay. This is the Face Bound Foundation. I have this in the shade 13 Light Medium Cool Olive. I think this is just too light for me, and so whenever I put it on, I feel like I look sickly until I bronze it up or add some warmth and depth to my face. The formula itself, I think, looks okay. It's not my favorite formula out there. It's definitely a little bit more cakey than some of the other foundations that I love. It does feel set though. I do also feel like in between my eyebrows you can see a lot of texture, and a few of my other foundations don't enhance that texture as much, and I just feel like it can look a little bit cakier. Like on my chin especially, I feel like it just looks less, just a little bit more makeup-y than I would like. I do think it's long wearing. I do think it lasts all day, and I feel like it does set down a nice amount. I'm just not completely obsessed with this as much as I thought I would be. I just think maybe my skin needs to be a little bit more hydrated for this to work. So yeah, I like it. It's just too light. Every time I put it on, I'm a little bit bamboozled until I warm it up, bronze it up. But in the hot summer months, I could see myself gravitating towards this more if I had a deeper shade. The next thing I picked up is the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Swept. So I also took this with me up north when I had my work trip, and I used it pretty consistently for about 2 weeks, and I think I really like this. I love the formula of this. It's super easy to blend out. It has a good amount of pigment to it, but it's not overly pigmented. I also just think it blends out beautifully, and it gives me a nice sculpt without being too cool toned. It's not too dark, it's not too light either. I just think it leaves my skin looking stunning. I will say I kind of wish this came in a doe foot, just for ease of application. However, it blends out really easily with the brush, with the sponge, with my fingers, and I really like this, and I like the shade Swept especially. I know the Glossier Cloud Paint blushes were cult favorites for a while there, and it's the same formula, so if you liked the Cloud Paint blushes, you're probably gonna like the Cloud Paint bronzers. I picked up a couple of different blushes. The first one is from CL. This is the Blush and Protect SPF 50 in the shade June. I actually really like this. So I apply quite a lot of it, honestly, and blend it out, but when it blends out, it doesn't look too dewy. I know that a blush I have that's similar to this one is the Say blush in the shade Spicy, I believe. Same type of, not same type of formula, same kind of color, same kind of consistency, but the Say one is a little bit thicker and the effect of it is much dewier than the CL one. So I like that. I also like that it has the SPF in it. Because it has SPF in it, I was a little bit concerned that it would be a little bit finicky, but I have not noticed anything finicky about it. I think it blends out beautifully. I am learning to love the color. I think if I were to go back and repurchase it, I'd maybe choose something else, but I think in the summertime this would be super, super pretty when I'm a little bit more tanner. I think it would be really pretty as like a sunburnt, sun-kissed blush type of look, and so I have really been liking this. I'm glad I picked this up. I'm glad it has the additional SPF in it, especially when I am going on vacation. So yeah, really been liking this. I like the color of this a lot, and I like the effect and how it's not too dewy. The Patrick Ta duo, the blush duo in the shade Just Enough, when I first picked this up and like in the Sephora try-on haul, I wasn't the biggest fan of the color, and now I'm obsessed again. So I think this shade is beautiful. I have loved the Patrick Ta formula forever. The formula, fantastic. The shade, love. I am back in my cool tone pink phase. I am just obsessed with this shade, and I think it's so pretty. It doesn't end up looking super cool tone on me. I feel like I can get like some warmth to it, maybe just because of like my undertone, I don't know. I really like it. Good blush, good formula, worth the price for sure. Let's talk about my one disappointment from the Sephora sale, and it is this brow gel from Kulfi. This is the Free the Brow brow gel. I thought that this would be kind of similar to the Refi Brow Sculpt. It has the same kind of brush, and I thought this would be great because it's clear. However, this just does not hold my brow hairs up. I know that my brow hairs are really fine, really thin. I just was really excited about this, and it just does not live up to the hype that I had for it in my head. It weighs my brows down. So the Refi Brow Gel is still my favorite. I am kind of sad that I picked this up. I think I'm still gonna try and make use out of it, finish it. It's just a little bit disappointing that it doesn't hold my brows up like I thought it would. I also ended up picking the Makeup by Mario the Neutrals palette. This is the newer Makeup by Mario all matte palette with the more neutral, cooler tone shades, and I've really been liking this. You can see that I accidentally dug my nail into this deep brown shade, so that shade is looking a little bit rough, but the formula is really great. It's not too pigmented. It's not too powdery either. There's not a lot of kick up. It honestly kind of reminds me of like my Unleashia Glitterpedia, like the K-Beauty palettes that I have in terms of formula. They're really soft. They're really easy to blend. And the shades in here are just kind of perfect. I feel like you really can't go wrong with an all matte neutrals palette. I will say that in my makeup routine, I love me a good like glitter topper. So I don't necessarily think I needed this palette in my collection. I'm glad I have it. I am gonna use it still. I think just if I were to like only have one eyeshadow palette, this would not be the one eyeshadow palette that I would pick. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Let's talk about some lip products. This is the Merit Signature Lip matte version in the shade Classic. That's what I have on my lips right now. I like the formula. I like the texture. It's really lightweight. It doesn't sink into my fine lines on my lips. I feel like if you like a matte lipstick, you might really like this. I have so perpetually dry lips. I just feel like I need like a gloss on my lips. I also feel like if this wasn't sent to me, I wouldn't choose this shade specifically. I think I'd choose something that's a little bit more berry toned. However, this was sent to me, so I'm not trying to be picky here. If I were to be able to choose my own shade, it would not have been this one. I think the formula is really nice though. I feel like my lips don't feel dried out. Let me rephrase. I don't think my lips feel dried out from the formula. I think my lips are just dry, and so I can feel like the dryness on my lips, and my instinct is just to put a gloss on top of it. I do think the formula is nice. If you like a nice matte lipstick that's super lightweight and thin, I really like this. I think this is much better than the Rare Beauty Lip Souffle that I have. This also just feels like it stays on a lot better as well. And I just don't love the Rare Beauty Lip Souffles that much, to be honest. Really comfortable formula, good amount of pigment, not overly pigmented, but not like super sheer either. I think it's a good formula. I just don't love matte products on my lips. The other lip product that I picked up is the Summer Fridays. This is the Dream Lip Oil in the shade Rosewood Nights. So this is just another lip oil. I think the packaging is really chunky. I like this a lot. I like this a lot more than I kind of thought I would. I just love my Summer Fridays lip butter balms so much, and so when I heard something that was like a little bit thinner, I was maybe a little concerned. However, I don't think this is too thin. I do think this is hydrating. I really like the shine of it as well. Let me just put some on for you guys to see. I like the tint of this as well. I think it has a really nice glow. Again, really comfortable on the lips. It's not like too thick and globby, it's not too thin either. I feel like it does leave a good amount of like, not stickiness, but just like plump feeling to my lips. So it's not too thin is my point, and it's not as thick as the Summer Fridays lip butter balms either. They're both stunning. They both give like really good hydration. I do kind of feel like this is going pretty quick though. I feel like I haven't used this that much, and I feel like I've used like a quarter of this already. This does have a slight tingle to it as well, so if you're sensitive to fragrance, or if you're sensitive to like plumping or menthol or something like that, whatever is in here, there is a little bit of a tingle. I don't mind it. I personally kind of like it. Something to note though, in case you are considering picking this up. And the two main skincare products that I picked up are the Tower 28 SOS spray. I have really been liking this. I feel like I like this maybe more than my Bioma face mist. Honestly, I think the Bioma one was breaking me out because I had such bad like under the skin painful acne, and when I stopped using that, I feel like it all went away. And I've been using this not super consistently, but whenever I feel like my face just needs a little bit of a refresh, and I have not had the same thing happen. My skin has been actually really good lately in the past like week. I'm a little bit disappointed in the Bioma balancing face mist that it was breaking me out, but now I have this and I really like this, and I feel like my skin looks better than it has in a while. I know that there are dupes out there. I know that the main ingredient in here is like something that you can just find at the drugstore, it's hypochlorous acid. I know that hypochlorous acid is like not a new revolutionary ingredient, so if you don't want to spend Tower 28 prices on this, I'm sure you could find something else at Target that's like pretty similar. I am not a dermatologist. This is just like things I've heard from TikTok, so don't take me too seriously about that. Do your own research. But I have really been liking this, and I think the bottle is cute, and I'm a fan. The other thing I have here is the Dew Deliverance Serum. I don't know if I love this like entirely yet. Like it hasn't been life-changing like I thought it was. I don't think it's a bad serum. I like it. I feel like my skin looks nice. I feel like I'm not like breaking out at all. I feel like my skin has been overall like getting more evened out. I just was expecting, from the hype that I heard about it, I was kind of expecting like immediate results, and I just didn't get that. That is not the fault of the serum. It's just kind of pricey, and for all the hype that I had in my head about it, I was just expecting maybe a little bit more. So not the fault of the serum. I do like the serum. It's just very expensive, and in my brain, maybe not worth it. I do think it's still good. I like my other Dew products a lot, so this was just kind of not worth the hype, in my opinion. This is from Half Magic. This is the Magic Flake liquid liner, and I just like cannot get this to work for me. I don't love the felt tip. I feel like whenever I try to make a wing, I just can't get like a sharp line to it, and also it like cracks and smudges on me. It doesn't smudge, it flakes, which is arguably better than smudging, but still highly annoying for a liquid liner that I thought would be like a game changer. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have thought that, but from like the hype around Half Magic, I was kind of expecting more, and like from being the makeup artist for Euphoria, I just wanted a liquid liner that was like amazing, and this is not amazing in my opinion. I'm still gonna use it. I'm sure I'll make use out of it. It's just not worth it. So kind of disappointed in that. That's okay though. I'm still gonna get use out of it. It's not like a total waste of money, but still maybe a little bit disappointed in this. I feel like maybe if the tip of this wasn't felt tip and it was just like a normal brush tip liner, I feel like I would like it more. But I just cannot get this tip to work for me. I seriously like cannot for the life of me get a liquid line like sharp with this. And that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys see some products here that you guys also loved, or if you hated them too, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!